The Jaguars. We have just simmed to the trade deadline here as big moves to be made as Deshaun Watson's struggling season, Duke Johnson's underwhelming season, Brandon Cooks, who will be traded. All of these wide receivers will be, by the way. We're definitely going to go after a huge wide receiver here. Not sure who yet. The tight ends have been amazing so far. Really love what I see from them. Titus Howard's been, the offensive line has been an atrocity except Laramie Tunsil. Ross Blacklock's been meh. Kawan Short has been horrible, and he's getting paid $15 million. Or 14, sorry. J.J. Watt's been really good. Obviously, we're going to keep him, though. The middle linebacker core has been so phenomenal. I mean, really, they've been the strong point of this team. As he got injured last week, Duke Ejiofor. The cornerback core is weak, but no bad contracts there, so I won't be making any moves. Justin Reed has not been particularly good, but he's 23, has a lot of upside, so yeah. Let's start off with Brandon Cooks. So we want to get rid of Brandon Cooks. But for who? I think Tate might be the move here. T. Higgins, maybe. Maybe even like a Cole Beasley type. Robert Foster. Okay, let's try this. Robert Foster. And a third-round pick for Brandon Cooks. And it is accepted, obviously. I probably could have got a lot more there. But we take on Robert Foster, as Brandon Cooks' penalty did not exactly help us in the cap area. So, running back with David Johnson's injury, I would like a new one. But at the same time, who am I going to trade? Duke Johnson? Might have to. Not sure. We don't got any picks in the draft. So there's no point to tank. That's the only reason why I haven't just embraced the tank yet. Will Fuller wants a massive contract extension, and honestly, I'm just not feeling it from him. So let's go after... Robbie Anderson is really good. Let's try to go after Robbie Anderson. Yeah. And we dump Will Fuller's... So let's give him Will Fuller and a future second rounder for Robbie Anderson. Declined. No progress at all. Okay. They need a quarterback, actually. Obviously, I'm not going to give them Watson or McCarron because they won't take McCarron. So, let's keep on looking for a star wide receiver, maybe at the end of his career. Hey, Edelman. Wasn't Sanu released? Edelman is very intriguing. We're going to keep on looking, but Edelman right now is at the top of my list. Sure, he might only have a year left on him, but he's still really solid. Scary Terry. How did they... they must have traded for John Ross. Michael Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders. Hey. Alright, so far it's Sanders and Edelman. Tyler Lockett. Philip Dorsett. Let's just try to make the move with the Patriots for Edelman. And this makes Will Fuller a #1 receiver, and it is accepted as, we just didn't want to give Will Fuller all that money. And we get an old guy who's about to retire. The biggest question so far this deadline is if Watson is going to stay. The answer is probably yes. Let's try to make a huge package deal here for someone really good. Let's try... No, because that would murder our cap. The Bears would like both of these guys. Can we get their first round pick? Oh, okay. So we might have a first round pick this year after all. We're going to trade one of our fourths. It is accepted, as for some reason the Bears are projected to go first overall. I really doubt that that's going to happen. But Kenny Stills, Duke Johnson Jr., and a fourth for the Bears first, as that is a cap dump move there. As let's go into free agency here. And we are going to sign Rex Burkhead. I was gonna, oh dude, but do I give AP a contract? It's like I want to give him it, but Burkhead really fits the scheme more, honestly. So let's give Burkhead a contract. We'll think about AP. But, so let's look at the offense after our move. We got Edelman. Randall Cobb is still here. Robert Foster, who we gave a lot for, honestly. So Kiki Kuti is going to go to 4th, and Robert Foster is going to jump into the 3rd as Edelman, Burkhead, Randall Cobb. Interesting team so far, you know. Now let's move Kawan Short because he's on a 1-year deal. That would be really nice for our cap. And I just don't like what he's been doing. He hasn't been pressuring the quarterbacks. We brought him here to pressure quarterbacks, and he's done exactly the opposite of that. So let's look for defensive tackles. Geno Atkins, ending his career, cheaper, 1 year older. Let's just do this straight up. Will this get accepted? And it does! Geno Atkins is on the Texans. Wow. Just like that, this team actually looks good. The defense is way stronger now with that Geno Atkins. Edelman in Madden is something to watch with your own eyes. The offensive line, very shaky, but not exactly the worst. J.J. Watt now has an actual helper on that defense, and that is Geno Atkins. The linebacking core is already nice. The cornerbacks, shaky, but workable. Justin Reed, Jalen Watkins, Fairbarn, Anger, and a first-round pick from Chicago that all we gave was Kenny Stills, Duke Johnson, and who else did we give? A 4th-round pick, yes. As the 1-6 Texans, I believe, need to win all their games out of here. But we are going to play Week 9 today. As, yeah, not looking the best there by Jacksonville. And so, Watson, this is our revenge game right here. Losing to Jacksonville, who have been on a winning streak ever since beating us. A 3-game winning streak, as they still have Fournette. Maybe he came back from injury. I don't think he ever was injured, but... And this, because... Well, he might have been, actually. I don't know. Anyways, this is our revenge game. Geno Atkins, obviously a big upgrade. Watson having a horrible year. We've already gone over this. 9 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Really demolishing his legacy, but definitely can turn it around with a new star on the field in Julian Edelman. And we will see if he was a system player or not. As the Texans kick it off here. I'm going to ditch the commentary, honestly. It's getting old. It hurts my vocal cords. We're just going to talk about it. As Jacksonville here, the 3-4 Jags, marching on their home field with a touchback. And pressure already, much more than we had in Week 5 against Minshew. As he has to toss up a check down there for 4 yards. As Vernon Hargraves here. Pressure all over him. And gets the first down somehow and a lot more. Pushed him out of bounds there. Could not tackle him as he trucked him. Chris Conley with a big gain there. Oh man. And a big gain by the Jags. And somehow we didn't pick them off here, as so far, I mean, Jags have been stomping down the defense. I mean, I don't know what the hell's happening here. I guess maybe Geno Atkins wasn't enough. Still, much more pressure, honestly, if we're being honest. Minshew's having shorter times to throw. And a really quick pass there for 8 yards. Oh, and a Fournette touchdown there. 7-0 Jags. But the biggest question mark here is the new offense. The new offense, a lot of people said they downgraded, made a lot of bad moves, traded for an old, washed-up Edelman. But at the same time, could they be tanking? Or could they just think that they've built a better system, as Bill O'Brien still has his job? As, man, what an amazing return there. As Randall Cobb actually is still on the team, said they were going to trade him. Did not. They probably just were like, we need to have another weapon in case Edelman flails out. And Atkins, a huge catch by Atkins for 26 yards. As Watson's awful season looking to have a huge turnaround in the second half. As the Patriots probably definitely won that trade, because now they have their wide receiver of the future in Will Fuller. But that was a big win now move for a 1-6 team. Really shaky on it, but still they definitely could slide into the playoffs with the extra playoff spot. As Randall Cobb gets it, 16-yard gain. As Higdon in here, instead of Rex Burkhead, Higdon with a running touchdown to put the Texans up. Not up, 7-7, and the Texans are going to go for it here. What the fuck is O'Brien doing? Oh, intercepted, and it has not worked out, and oh my god, they're going to take it back to go up 9-6 here. Oh boy. Big interception. Really bad play call. But the 2-point is good, but not for the Texans, for Jacksonville. As a 6-9 lead here. It's Jacksonville ball. And the 2-point pick six for Jaguars. Put them up by 3 as they get the ball too. So not the way you want to go. As Texans defense imploding. Secondary imploded. Maybe that's the move that they should have went after. Help out the secondary. Go after a big old cornerback if they wanted to win now. Well, that pass by Minshew ain't gonna get nothing done. As the Levi Wallace for Roby trade has shown to be ineffective, as Wallace has not provided anything. And a big hit there to knock the ball loose. 3rd and 10 here. As San Francisco pulls up kind of an upset against the Packers. Jimmy G plays his heart out. Pick! And 4th and 10. 6 and 10 passing by Minshew Mania, who has been carrying his team to a 3-game win streak. Will this be the game that snaps it? If the Texans lose, I think that they're out of playoff contention. If they don't, then this should be good, as we want the Texans to win because we have the Bears' first-round pick, as Rex Burkhead's first official snap as a Texan gets a 0-yard gain. Yikes. But they only signed him, didn't trade anything for him, so not exactly the worst of moves, because David Johnson's lemur and a pick! Really obvious there. What the hell was that, Deshaun? And just like that, Deshaun Watson is on his way to major regression here, as we're just going to sim to the end of the game. I can't play this shit anymore. As 13-16. By the way, after this game, we are just going to make it exclusively offensive only, just because I'm kind of getting burnt out here playing every game of the year. And a 5-yard run by Watson, who honestly might be the most disappointing player this season. A really bad year for him. Big mistakes, bad passes, all by me obviously, but I'm playing the role of a fan, like a commentary team here. And another game with an interception for Watson. What's happened? Is it because there's no weapons around him? Could that be it? And oh my god, should have thrown it away as Ngakwe's out, but a 14-yard loss there as a sack as the offensive line implodes. That's honestly what Bill O'Brien and GM Owen have been saying. It's the offensive line, so why not improve it? As Randall Cobb catches the touchdown to put the Texans up. Maybe that was the move, letting Randall Cobb get a bigger spot. But honestly, not much from Edelman here in his Texans debut. But he's 34. And one game, I mean, I know that we did this with Brandon Cook, but he actually showed no improvement at all for us as Texans. Off the hands of Edelman there. And a dropped pass. Yikes. We gave him 3 games, Cooks. Did not improve, so we shipped him off to the Bills. And now the Bills possibly have a 2-man combo at wide receiver there. Stephon Diggs and Brandon Cooks. As 23-19, a really weird score here. Just realized that. And a fumble! Picked up! No one got him! He's gonna take it in, Taven Bryan! No one touched him, and touchdown Jags to put them up. Watson with the costly fumble there. Yikes. Awful offensive line. They're definitely going to focus on that. They should focus on that on the draft. As Jacksonville actually is the #1 team on takeaways on the season. And the toss to Higdon results in a big gain. Higdon, who's been going off in his debut, not really, but he has a touchdown. Really good debut game for Higdon. 7 attempts, 41 yards, and a touchdown. And I don't even think he's the first string. Randall Cobb held on to that. Made it look like it was his old Packers days. Man, they got it all over the screen. Watson's going to throw it away as he's being sacked. Yes, Kiki Kuti, the rookie, in his debut, I believe, because there's four really good wide receivers, and Kuti intercepted. Snagged it. Awful route by Kuti. As the Texans are going to go up here 30 to 26, they pull away with it. But man, can't believe that. As we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.